This is the Sakar MURLI of the 31st of August 2023. Essence. Sweet children, in order to make your stage that of a cheerful and detached observer, remain aware that each soul has his own part to play, and that which is predestined is taking place. Question. By making which one effort can you children create your stage? Answer. Don't care about your storms of Maya, but never have a don't care attitude about Srimat that the Father has given you. By not doing that, your stage will become unshakable and immovable, and it will be that of a cheerful and detached observer. Your stage should be such that you never have to cry. Even if your mother dies, eat halva. Song. You are the mother and father. Om Shanti. You children heard the song. Generally, people on the path of devotion go to the temples of Shiva, Lakshmi and Narayan, Radha and Krishna, or any of the other gods and goddesses. They sing the same praise in front of all of them. You are the mother and the father. Then they say, you are the one who gives knowledge, which means you are the mother and the father, and you are also the one who teaches us. In fact, you cannot say you are the mother and father to Lakshmi and Narayan or to Rama and Sita, because they would have their own children who would not sing such praise. In fact, praise is of the one Shiva. Those people sing the praise Dev Dev Mahadev, which means you are greater than Brahma, Vishnu and Shankar. They are unable to understand the meaning of anything on the path of devotion. The Father now says, you have performed a lot of devotion. Now understand what I say and think about what is true and what is false. You children now understand that the praise that is sung of the Father and the deities is all wrong. Only that which I explain to you now is right. He explains to you children, this is an inverted tree, and its seed is the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul. He lives up above. He is the living seed, whereas you are the children. Some people say that there is a soul in all seeds. However, those are non-living. The Father is called the living seed of the human world tree. People sing, O God the Father. Acha, you would not call a tree a living ocean of knowledge. People understand that that is a seed. A seed should definitely have the knowledge of the tree. However, because it is non-living, it cannot say anything. Human beings understand that the seed is down below and the tree emerges from it. The kalpa tree is compared to the banyan tree. That kalpa tree is living and this is non-living. There is a very big banyan tree in Calcutta. Its foundation has decayed, but the tree is still standing. The wonder is that it doesn't have a foundation. The Father explains, this tree doesn't have a foundation either. The deity religion has disappeared, but the rest of the tree exists. There are so many sects and cults. This is an unlimited tree. The unlimited Father sits here and explains. Baba writes that the birthday of Shiv Baba is like a diamond, because Shiv Baba is the only one who changes us from shells into diamonds and creates heaven. Bharat has now become so poverty-stricken. People say, ho sum, so hum, but they don't understand anything. Sannyasis have been beating drums, saying, I, the soul, am the Supreme Soul, and the Supreme Soul is the soul. You now know the meaning of everything. We have become Brahmins. We will then become deities, and then go through the castes of warriors, merchants, etc. The soul says, I will go through these castes. I was a Shudra and have now come into the Brahmin caste. The Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, is the one who created everyone. He is also the one who created the deities, Brahma, Vishnu and Shankar. The Father now sits here and explains to you children. You say you are the mother and father, therefore this one is truly the mother. The Father sits here and entertains you children. Meera was a devotee on the path of devotion. That is the rosary of devotees. There is also the rosary of knowledge. The name of the rosary of knowledge is the rosary of Rudra. The rosary of Ravan wouldn't be said. People don't perform devotion to Ravan. There is the rosary of Rama. Although it is now the kingdom of Ravan, there is no rosary of Ravan. There is the rosary of devotees, but there cannot be a rosary of devils. One of the highest devotees was Meera, who had visions of Sri Krishna. She completely let go of the opinions of society. Who was the second highest devotee? Narad. He is praised and his example is given. People have sat and made up those stories because they are not real. The Father says all males and females are Sita. All of them are in Ravan's cottage of sorrow. It is not a question of Lanka, but of Bharat. Only the one Father is the bestower of salvation for all. If that one didn't exist, Bharat would be of no use. It is Bharat that becomes the most impure and the most pure. Bharat is the greatest pilgrimage place of all. Although people go to the pilgrimage places of their own prophets, the bestower of salvation for all is the one Father. Bharat alone is an imperishable land. The Father says, I come here and give liberation in life to Bharat and liberation to all the rest. I am the bestower of salvation for all. There is only the one Father who establishes the land of truth. He makes you children worthy of ruling in the land of truth, but he himself doesn't rule. The Father sits here and explains, I come here every cycle to give Bharat salvation. I take all the rest back with me to liberation. The soul of every human being has an imperishable part recorded in him. This means that that which is predestined is taking place. For instance, when a person's father has died and taken another birth, what would be achieved by that person crying? You just have to observe everything as a detached observer. It is in the drama. There is no need to cry. You have to live at home with your families. If your mother dies, eat halva. Or if your wife dies, eat halva. This is said for those who live at home with their families. Your stage should be such that you don't experience any sorrow. You have to continue to remember your unlimited Father. Your stage should be as unshakable as Angad's when Ravan was unable to shake him. Maya is very powerful. You have to remain stable. No matter how many storms of Maya come, don't care about them. You mustn't be afraid or confused by them. Make effort and make your stage strong. Very good things are explained. You understand that you are Parvatis. Shiv Baba is telling you the story of immortality. In the land of immortality, there is happiness from its beginning through the middle to its end. In this land of death, there is nothing but sorrow from its beginning through the middle to the end. All of the festivals, etc., refer to this time. There are no festivals of Lakshmi and Narayan, etc. What service do they do? You Brahmins do a lot of service. Souls of deities are not called social workers. They are neither physical nor spiritual social workers. You are double social workers, physical and spiritual. Okay, people find it difficult to become conquerors of attachment because they don't have any aim or objective. Here you have a lot of attainment, so you should have totally destroyed your attachment. Have yoga with the one Baba. Baba, O sweet Baba, we now know you fully. Previously we used to say God the Father, just for the sake of saying it. You have now come here to give us the sovereignty of heaven once again. This Iron Age is going to become a graveyard, so why should we remember it? The Father says, while living at home with your families in this graveyard, remember me. This is very easy. People on the path of devotion continue to worship Sri Krishna, and their intellects continue to wander to their businesses, etc. The horse of the mind continues to run somewhere or other like a madman. The Father says, while earning your physical livelihoods, connect your intellects in yoga to me. You will receive a lot of attainment by remembering me. You receive temporary attainment from everyone else. Okay, you performed so much intense devotion, but what happened then? You had visions, and that was all. You didn't receive liberation or liberation in life. The Father now says, you are to become the masters of the world for 21 births. In heaven, each womb is like a palace. Here, each womb is a jail. People celebrate Sri Krishna's Janmashtami with so much splendour. You don't just celebrate, you have to explain about when it was the birth of Sri Krishna. Where is Sri Krishna now? You know that you are now studying to become the masters of the land of Krishna. You are sitting with the Father. Would you salute your Father by putting your palms together in front of him? When a teacher is teaching you, do you put your palms together in front of him? Do you have to praise him? You have to study with a teacher. Do children repeatedly put their palms together in front of their father? At this time you are at home. You have the feeling that that one is the Father and also the purifier. At this time, because there is an eclipse of the 5 vices over you, you have become completely ugly. The 5 vices have made you ugly. In the Golden Age you were beautiful and you are now ugly. Sri Krishna was beautiful and is now ugly. How many times would he have become ugly and beautiful? The land of Kans, the devil, becomes the land of Krishna, and the land of Krishna then becomes the land of Kans. You souls are residents of Brahman. It is called the Brahma element. To say I am Brahma is also an illusion. You are the masters of Brahman. Your throne is the Brahma element. The Father says, I am the master of Brahman. You souls also say, actually our land is Brahman. There, you souls are pure. You are the masters of Brahman, and then also the masters of the world. I am only the master of Brahman. I have to enter this old body of the one who has taken the full 84 births. You children should read or listen to each MURLI very well, 5 or 6 times, for only then will it sit in your intellects, and will your mercury of happiness rise. Maya repeatedly makes you forget to have remembrance. There is no question of forcing yourself in this. When you have time, just remember Baba and become like a tortoise. The best time is in the early morning hours. The effect of that time would last throughout the whole day. It has also been explained to you children that you first have to offer food to the one who is feeding you and then eat it yourself. You are eating from Shiv Baba's sacrificial fire, so you first have to offer Bhog to him. You have all of those visions in the subtle region. Those are fixed in the drama. You have to offer Bhog to Shiv Baba. He is incorporeal. It is remembered that the deities desired to have Brahma Bhojan because you become deities from Brahmins by eating Brahma Bhojan. Deities come to the subtle region and a happy gathering takes place there. All of that is fun and games. Acha. To the sweetest beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the Mother, the Father, Bapdada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children, and the spiritual children say Namaste to the spiritual father. Essence Vedana 1. Keep your aim and objective fully in your intellect, and become a conqueror of attachment. Forget this graveyard and remember the Father. Do spiritual and physical service. 2. First of all, offer food to the one who is feeding you and then eat. The time of the early morning hours is good. Therefore wake up at that time and remember the Father. You definitely have to read or to listen to each MURLI 5 or 6 times. Blessing. May you be a constantly powerful soul and perform alokik actions with the awareness of your alokik form. A Brahmin life means an alokik and invaluable diamond life. By having the awareness of this alokik life, and by remaining stable in your alokik form, you cannot have ordinary activity or perform ordinary actions. Whatever actions you perform will be alokik, because as is your awareness, so is your stage. Let there constantly be one Father and none other in your awareness. Having the awareness of the Father will make you constantly powerful, and this is why every action has to be elevated and alokik. Slogan: wear the accurate glasses of self-progress, and you will only see the specialities of everyone. Om Shanti.